Hey everybody, Steve Olson here with the Peak Group, sitting in my air-conditioned office at our Pleasant Grove, Utah offices. Todd is smirking. This is Todd Bowers, the Peak Group's Director of Construction. He is not in a climate-controlled environment right now, and he is probably doing his best to keep it together. How you doing, Todd?
We are doing well out here. It just happens to be a nice cool 102 today out in Texas.
102 in Weatherford, Texas is like probably 120 here in Utah, I would guess.
So,
Yeah.
but this is better than rain. We would much rather have this than rain, so we can keep the crews out here going. Rain in May and off in June, it's kind of kick us in the butt a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, Todd is on site at Weatherford Business Park at our flex buildings, and the first building is behind Todd. You can see the crews there. And I think, what, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, Todd, that was just a concrete slab.
It's been 2 weeks exactly now that we had the slab poured, and they started on Thursday 2 weeks ago with framing. See how far they've come so far. This is a quick process. The thing that takes the most time is what they're currently doing, and that's skinning the building with siding, because they have to put that insulation behind it. So if we didn't have to do that, they'd probably be done.
Yeah. Okay, so they're putting insulation on. When does the roof go on?
Roof's not on. That's the last step. So they'll do the siding. They fold in the insulation over one another, and they put 2 layers of insulation, and they'll start laying the roof panels. As soon as they get done, they just got to make it from where that eyelet is to the corner, and then they'll be done with the siding. So we'll probably start on that roof tomorrow.
That's great. Tell me if this is accurate, because this is what I tell to investors. I tell them they'll either have sold this building or be dead by the time the roof needs to be repaired. What do you think about that?
I think you're probably pretty accurate. We're getting a lot of interest on it, on the investor side. And the good news is that probably getting 3 to 4 phone calls a day from potential residents and tenants. So we're have a pretty good solid list that people want to move in here, and it ranges anywhere from the guy yesterday. We're in a boxing club in here, 1 or 2 of the units. We've had the last mile people, we've had contractors all touching and pinging us a little bit. So we're excited about getting at least maybe before we get a CO.
And that building behind you, when do you expect to get a COO, Todd?
So my windows and garage doors show up on site for all 3 units the first week in September. So as soon as they land, we're probably going to be installing those. It'll take about a week. So we're hoping about the second or third week of September. One behind me will be CO'd. We'll be pretty close to about 2 or 3 weeks behind on building 2.
That's very good. That's very good. And then when you get the C of O, I mean, is the intent to just build out the office and bathroom in these, or are you leaving that open to the tenant discretion?
We are going to leave everything wide open. We're going to build the shell and make sure that it's ready to go for a tenant. We just don't know what the tenant is going to need or want in their space. So if they want the standard one office that's about 240 square feet and a bathroom right behind it, well, that's what we have in our business model that we're sharing with investors. But if they come in and say, hey, I want half of this office and I want another bathroom, well, then we have to start bidding that out as we have to plan accordingly.
Yeah. So this prospective tenant that wanted to do kind of a boxing gym, I think I heard you say he wanted 2 units. So are you going to leave that entire building wide open and then just separate units as needed, or?
Yeah. Let's walk into one.
Okay.
We are in the first building. This would be space number 1. You've got the 12 by 14 roll-up door. You've got 6 by 9 storefront glass. And then that first unit comes all the way to this first hall. Right here. This would be 1 unit. This would be 1,350 square feet. We made the roof line tall enough and the plate height tall enough to be able to put a second story in if we needed to, if somebody needed some second story office or a mezzanine in the back, something of that nature. So it's plenty tall to have that in here with 9 and 10 foot ceilings down low still. But yeah, we're gonna finish this whole thing out, and it's not gonna look a lot different than this right here, except that all the stuff is gonna be out of it.
Yeah.
So when somebody comes in, like the boxing guy, if he goes, "Hey, I can't do this in 1,350 square feet. I need 2 units." Well, we'll rent him both of these spaces right here, and then configure it as he needs.
That's great. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're getting a lot of interest. I mean, I continue to see reports that DFW is one of the biggest markets in the country in need of smaller flex, because most of this flex is just huge, and
Yes.
a small business just doesn't need that kind of space.
Yeah, this shallow bay flex is going to kind of turn the industrial market on its ear, I think, pretty quick, because the big box stuff is, like you said, it takes large companies, very large companies.
Yeah.
This is for your small to medium sized business, which is what the middle band of the country is. That's where the majority of the people want to be, next to their house. They want their business next to their house. And
Yeah.
so we try to get into areas that are populated with rooftops. We can put these next to residential subdivisions where you couldn't put, 1 million square foot big tilt up wall industrial space.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we wanted the investors to have a chance to see what's going on there live. Anything you want to add before we let you get back into the air conditioning, Todd?
No, we're just really excited to see this going up. And now we'll start pouring slab 2 next week, slab 3 the week after. So, let's touch base again here in about 3 weeks, and you're going to see this place transform.
What do you think, Todd, front to back, from when you pour a slab to when you have a C of O? What do you think the timeline is like?
We're gunning for 3 months.
3 months. Okay. Hey, thanks. Go get back in that AC.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
See ya.